I'm saying that there are people that were the people that did this to both me and Corey that are still working, they're still out there, and they're some of the richest, most powerful people in this business.
Sarah Ruth Ashcraft on Twitter, who has been accusing Tom Hanks of her when she was 13. Her dad sold her to Tom Hanks.
Since when has this brand of common decency and professionalism been put on hold just because of dynamics in the workplace?
For decades, Tom Hanks has been America's beloved dad, charming, wholesome, untouchable. But now, the silence is breaking.
Is this where we are in the world? Is this what's going on with social media? That Oprah and I cannot go on a billionaire's boat to Tahiti with a former president of the United States and not keep it secret, for God's sakes?
Former child actors who once shared the screen with him are finally speaking up, and what they're saying is raising serious eyebrows.
If I have to, let somebody go, I will use the let's get this straight.
Behind the scenes of those feel-good family films lies a story you weren't supposed to hear. So what's the real deal with Tom Hanks? Is his golden image just another Hollywood illusion? Let's dive into the details. Let's be honest. When you hear the name Tom Hanks, you probably think of Forrest Gump, Saving Private Ryan, or Toy Story's lovable Woody. For decades, Hanks has built his image on being the ultimate good guy in Hollywood. Clean, humble, generous, and drama-free. But recently, cracks have started to show. And the ones making noise? Not tabloid journalists, not bitter ex-co-stars, but former child actors, some of whom were once praised for starring alongside him.
I can tell you that the #1 problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be pedophilia.
Nobody talks about pedophilia.
It's the big secret.
And it's widespread?
Oh, yeah.
Now, let's get one thing straight. No one's accusing Hanks of criminal activity here, but what's surfacing paints a very different picture of who he really was behind the camera. And it's got people asking, was his America's Dad image just another performance?
Oh, I'm not going to talk about Tom Hanks either, who is also... Tom Hanks, folks, is a...
The first one is his own son, Chet. Looks like the rumors everyone's been talking about might actually be true. Chet Hanks says his famous dad, Tom Hanks, has been quietly helping powerful people in Hollywood behind the scenes. In his upcoming tell-all book, Chet shares what it was really like growing up with such a famous father, and he's not holding back.
There's a lot of advantages, but sometimes it could be pretty weird.
In a shocking reveal that's got everyone talking, Chet Hanks is opening up about what it was really like growing up with his famous dad. He doesn't hold back, claiming that Tom Hanks was too busy chasing the glitz and glamour of Hollywood's elite, while ignoring what was happening at home.
Everyone knows the advantages, they're self-explanatory. I'm very blessed. I got to travel the world, stay in nice hotels, fly in private planes, and I'm very blessed for that. I wouldn't change my situation for everything.
Let's start with a major moment from 2016, when then President Barack Obama awarded Tom Hanks the Presidential Medal of Freedom. It's the highest honor a civilian can receive in the U.S., and it cemented Hanks' image as one of America's most beloved figures.
Thomas J. Hanks.
The Presidential Medal of Freedom is given to outstanding figures in fields like sports, science, and the arts. Alongside Tom Hanks, President Obama honored a remarkable group in 2016, including Robert De Niro, Bruce Springsteen, Diana Ross, Michael Jordan, architect Frank Gehry, philanthropist Bill and Melinda Gates, and mathematician Margaret H. Hamilton. When presenting the medal to Hanks, Obama praised him as America's dad, saying, "Tom has always saved his best role for real life. He is a good man, which is the best title you can have." But while Tom Hanks is no doubt a gifted actor, that doesn't automatically make him the perfect father. Chet's recent claims paint a different picture. Being a truly good person goes beyond talent or reputation. It's about what you do behind closed doors. And according to Chet, his own experience growing up in the Hanks household tells another side of the story.
To deserve any sort of recognition, and that created a lot of contempt.
Fans swiftly began drawing connections and raised suspicions that influential Hollywood figures might have wielded their influence to secure that esteemed award for Tom. It's no secret that he has maintained close ties with the heavyweights in Tinseltown. When you're chummy with the influential and renowned, the possibilities of what kind of favors can be orchestrated become quite uncertain. One fan commented, "It's hard enough to come to conclusions on your own about your upbringing. Friggin' tough stuff. And then to share it with other people, especially random as strangers. Brave. Dude, well done. Keep growing." Another fan added, "That all makes sense. It's good you're able able to recognize it and talk about it now. Keep doing you, man. You're an interesting and inspiring dude. Furthermore, Tom boasts an extensive circle of acquaintances that many fans view as prominent figures in the entertainment industry. From co-stars such as Meg Ryan and Julia Roberts to directors like Steven Spielberg and Ron Howard, Tom Hanks has cultivated a network of influential companions over the course of his career. These connections go beyond mere professional collaborations, as Tom has frequently been spotted socializing with these high-profile individuals in various contexts, reinforcing his position within Hollywood's elite echelons.
I learned that everywhere I went, people in general just had this preconceived notion about me that I was just going to be an arrogant, spoiled, entitled brat.
It was a night to remember as Hollywood's elite power couples started showing up at the Hanks home around 7 p.m., ready to join in the celebration. So, what was the big occasion? Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson were marking an incredible 35 years of marriage, but this wasn't your usual quiet, romantic dinner for two. Far from it.
Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson are celebrating their love. The longtime couple marked 35 years of marriage over the weekend and celebrated with a sweet tribute.
Tom and Rita decided to go all out, turning their anniversary into a full weekend of celebration. They invited some of the biggest names in Hollywood for an elegant dinner at their luxurious home. And when Hollywood royalty gathers under one roof, you just know it's going to be a night to remember.
Look at this all-star cast, guys.
It's Jimmy Kimmel, Conan O'Brien, Martin Short, Kurt Russell, and...
The Hanks' stunning mansion, tucked away in a quiet cul-de-sac, was the perfect backdrop for this star-studded celebration. It quickly became the go-to spot for Hollywood's most powerful names. Paparazzi swarmed the area, desperate to catch even a glimpse of the A-list guests arriving. Just imagine it: Barack and Michelle Obama, Steven Spielberg and Kate Capshaw, Bruce Springsteen and Patty Cialfa, all gathered under one roof, laughing and mingling. It was nothing short of iconic.
President Obama's motorcade and Oprah Winfrey's badly lit face in a passing car.
And here's where things take a strange turn. The party didn't wind down until well past midnight. That's right, this star-studded soiree kept going into the early hours, with no signs of slowing down. But while the Hollywood elite were toasting love and legacy, fans online were buzzing about something far less celebratory: Tom Hanks' rumored ties to the darker, more secretive side of the industry. One fan pointed out, "Pretty sad how he shares those thoughts and y'all tear him down at the end for simply having a different opinion than the mainstream." But Chet wasn't done stirring the pot. In one of his most jaw-dropping claims yet, he alleged that Tom may have played a role in the devastating Maui fires. According to Chet, fame and fortune have a price, and in his view, his father has stayed on top by staying close to some very powerful and potentially dangerous people, both in Hollywood and beyond. Now, whispers are growing louder in Hawaii. Some believe the elite have their eyes on Maui's land, and Chet's claims are fueling suspicions that the fires may not have been entirely natural. Whether it's speculation or something deeper, one thing's for sure: Chet is not afraid to name names, and his own father is at the center of it all.
You don't see what's going on. I feel something is bigger.
In what appears to lend credence to this assertion, Oprah herself stated that she and other influential figures are planning to oversee the reconstruction of the area.
At some point, I will make a major donation after all of the smoke and ashes have settled here and we figure out what the rebuilding is going to look like. This is going to be a long and difficult process.
It's probably because of this that another Maui local decided to speak up, making it clear to the greedy elites trying to buy up the land: it's not for sale. It all started when a video of Chet began making the rounds on social media. In it, he talked about how fame can change people. Some viewers started wondering if he was talking about his own dad, Tom Hanks. And that's when people began linking Tom to the Maui fires.
Make up their minds about me before they even got a chance to know me, and it was extremely hard to break down their walls. So I encountered a lot of disdain, a lot of animosity, a lot of negativity.
Lately, Tom Hanks has been seen wearing a strange-looking ring, and here's where things get even more curious. Oprah Winfrey has been spotted wearing almost the exact same one. Some people believe these rings aren't just for fashion. They claim the rings might be symbols, or even tools, used for something more secretive. In some corners of the internet, wild theories are floating around, suggesting the rings could be linked to a hidden group, and that these powerful celebs might be involved in shady activities. One user on X joked, "Is that the Soleimani Ring Club? Yeah, You don't just get these in a Cracker Jack box. There's no real proof behind any of this, but the fact that both Hanks and Oprah were seen with these rings around the same time has definitely raised eyebrows. Are they part of something bigger, or is it all just a weird coincidence? The internet's running wild with ideas, and people aren't brushing it off so easily. Whether it's true or not, this theory has thrown a spotlight on two of Hollywood's biggest names, leaving fans with more questions than answers. Meanwhile, Chet Hanks is also back in the spotlight. Many people don't know this, but he gave his family a hard time growing up. At 17, things got so serious that he was sent to rehab. Thankfully, he turned things around. He even started a YouTube channel where he opened up about what it was really like growing up as a Hanks. Chet admitted he loved his parents, but being part of such a famous family wasn't always easy. He called it a double-edged sword.
Everybody was just prepared to hate my guts. And that caused me to develop a chip on my shoulder and walk around with a lot of anger. All in all, it just led me down a path of self-destruction.
He further went on saying there are a lot of perks, but sometimes it can be quite strange. I was able to do a lot of cool things that a lot of people didn't have the opportunity to do. Travel the world, stay in nice hotels, fly on private planes, and I feel blessed by this. I wouldn't change my situation. Despite recognizing the positive aspects of fame, Chet also acknowledged its downsides. He expressed regret about the time his parents enrolled him in a particularly challenging rehab program where he endured significant hardships without feeling understood or supported. As he wrapped up, Chet made a commitment to consistently share the unvarnished truth about his life in Hollywood, hinting at more revelations in the future.
Through my 20s, now I'm 31 years old, and I'm just now getting to the point where, I'm starting to truly feel that I don't really have anything to prove to anyone.
But why is he doing that now? Chet's candid confession, cleverly concealed within his self-mastery program video series on his YouTube channel, lays bare the heart-wrenching battles he faced as a young lad, grappling with incessant bullying at school in the absence of a resilient and nurturing fatherly presence. Instead of offering unwavering support to his own kin, Tom purportedly appeared fixated on the pursuit of stardom and cozying up to the influential figures in the glitzy world of Tinseltown.
The truth is, it's a double-edged sword. It's a lot more complicated, and not so many people really understand it. You gotta keep in mind that fame is the most powerful drug known to man. It can also be the most destructive.
Chet, who once tried his hand at rapping, opened up about how tough things were for him growing up. He said he felt deeply disappointed and alone, especially because he didn't have a strong male role model to turn to. During his school years, he faced constant bullying, and instead of getting support, he felt like his dad, Tom Hanks, was more focused on staying famous and building connections with Hollywood's elite. I didn't have a strong male role model to tell me, "Bro, forget these people. They're just jealous," Chet said, his voice heavy with emotion. He felt like his father's obsession with fame left him without the support he really needed. Chet also shared how hard it was being Tom Hanks' son. People judged him harshly without ever getting to know him, and he often felt like he was targeted just because of who his dad was. Instead of guiding him through these struggles, Chet said Tom seemed too caught up in the glamorous world of celebrities, traveling the world and spending time with the Hollywood elite, while his son was left to deal with it all alone.
People are infatuated with fame. They put famous people on a pedestal. Everybody wants to be famous. It creates a lot of jealousy.
He opened up about how his dad, Tom, being so famous, made it tough for him to connect with people. He admitted that being the child of a Hollywood star had its perks, but it also made him feel lonely because his dad wasn't around much. Chet's complaint suggests that Tom was more interested in being famous and liked by everyone than being a good dad. My experience was even more complicated because on top of fame already being toxic, I wasn't even famous. I was just the son of somebody famous, so I hadn't even done anything to deserve any sort of recognition, and that created a lot of contempt. Contempt for me, my dad is beloved. He's on a pedestal, Chet revealed, highlighting the difference between the love his father received and the bitterness aimed at him. As the video rapidly circulated through social media, public opinions about Chet's disclosures became quite polarized. Some interpreted it as a plea for attention, while others regarded it as a courageous expose shedding light on the less glamorous aspects of Hollywood stardom. Regardless, Chet's revelations appear to be an unvarnished account of reality. It's evident that even though Tom may not have been deliberate about his parenting, his connections with Hollywood's elite have certainly yielded tangible benefits.
A lot of envy. My experience was even more complicated because on top of fame already being toxic, I wasn't even famous. I was just the son of somebody famous, so I hadn't even done anything.
On social media, fans have begun to speculate that in order to uphold his pristine public image, Tom Hanks may have distanced himself from his son, who is causing disruptions and potentially straining Tom's relationships in the world of Hollywood. Fans have gone further to suggest that Tom might have some involvement in the Maui fires, given the persistent mention of his name in various conspiracy theories related to the tragedy. They argue that where there's smoke, there might be fire. The public has also pointed out that one of Tom's closest associates has been amassing an impressive land portfolio in Maui, where Tom is alleged to own a residence. It's been reported that this associate recently acquired 870 acres in Kula for $6.6 million this year, despite having purchased a Maui ranch in 2003 for $5.3 million and also owning 100 acres of land in Hana.
Now, some residents say they've been receiving calls from wealthy real estate investors and developers who are trying to purchase their fire-ravaged land.
Many people were surprised by Tom Hanks' silence on the Maui fires, especially since he's usually vocal about major issues, and there are rumors he owns property in the area. His lack of response has made some wonder if there's more truth to the viral conspiracy theories floating around online. These videos claim, without solid proof, that the wildfires were purposely started to clear land for wealthy buyers. While many dismissed these ideas at first, Tom's silence has sparked new questions and added fuel to the speculation.
Please don't approach them with an offer to buy land. Please don't approach their families to tell them that they're going to be better off.
Conspiracy theorists on various platforms are now claiming that the fires, which tragically killed at least 114 people, were part of a planned effort to push out Maui's lower-income residents and make way for luxury, multi-million-dollar developments. Public suspicion grew even more when a video surfaced of one of Tom Hanks' associates talking about land renovation plans shortly after the fires. That clip set off a wave of allegations suggesting that Tom, along with other powerful figures, might have played a role, especially if they had already been showing interest or influence over the land that was affected.
Hawaii already has the highest housing cost in the nation, with homeownership out of reach for many residents.
Some social media users have been spreading unproven claims that wealthy Maui residents may have had a hand in starting the recent fires. According to these conspiracy theories, the fires were set on purpose so the burned land could be bought up cheaply and used to build a futuristic smart city. It doesn't stop there. The theory also claims that a secret group of global elites used a hidden energy weapon to spark the fires, all as part of a bigger, mysterious plan. Tom Hanks has now been dragged into these rumors because of his ties to many powerful people and reports that he owns land in Maui. As a major Hollywood figure, his name is being linked to this elite circle, fueling even more speculation.
No, they're not slick. Just wait. Everybody, just wait until our people find out the truth.
A man on social media recently made a bold claim about something that supposedly happened in January of this year in Maui. According to him, there was a smart city conference held with the goal of turning Maui into a fully connected smart island. The plan, he said, was to switch everything on the island over to electric power, using renewable sources like solar panels, and push for everyone to start using electric vehicles. The idea was to build what they call 15-minute smart cities, where everything you need, work, school, shopping, and healthcare, is just a short walk or ride away, all tied together through smart technology. While the official details of this conference are still unclear, the claim has added fuel to the growing theories surrounding the future of Maui and who might be behind its transformation. Some people have started asking questions about a strange detail noticed after the Maui fires. Several blue-colored objects at the burn sites were left untouched. While a few chalk this up to supernatural forces, others have floated a more sci-fi theory that so-called laser beams used to start the fires were somehow programmed to avoid the color blue. This idea has been used to explain why certain blue items, like beach umbrellas, were found perfectly intact in the middle of scorched areas. Of course, these theories are purely speculative and lack solid evidence, but that hasn't stopped the internet from buzzing. Now, many are wondering, was this just a coincidence or part of a much bigger plan that was set in motion long before the fires broke out? While there's no concrete proof to back up these claims, the pattern has definitely raised eyebrows, and the public isn't done asking questions. As some individuals raise questions about the wildfire's true purpose, a different, more conspiratorial perspective emerges. Some are positing that the elite may have desired more than just land. They might have sought something unattainable without the cover of the fires: children. These conspiracy theorists allege that given that many of the still missing individuals from the fires are children, there may be suspicions of child abduction at play.
Everybody knew what really happened, and if we all stood up against it, it's done. Especially as Islanders, do you know how unified we all are? We're a unit.
Now, not only these are just the reasons to cancel him. During Tom Hanks's conversation with Jeffrey Brown, where they discussed his debut collection of short stories, the iconic actor also delved into the topic of Harvey Weinstein's past behavior and whether it was an open secret in Hollywood. Tom Hanks asserted that there was awareness among a specific circle of individuals, primarily those engaged in business with Harvey Weinstein. He suggested that numerous women within the industry understood the risks associated with involvement with Harvey and his alleged actions.
I think there was knowledge amongst a certain group of people, mostly who did business with Harvey Weinstein. There are countless women who understood that that's what happened.
The public found it deeply perplexing that someone could engage in inappropriate behavior with impunity simply because of their elite status and power. Tom asserted that there were individuals who dismissed Harvey's actions as him just being himself, and a pervasive silence enveloped the situation, despite the fact that many women were allegedly being harmed by his actions.
There were many people who said, well, that's just Harvey being Harvey.
When Jeffrey Brown inquired about the severity of the situation in Hollywood, whether it was isolated to one person or a broader cultural issue, Tom Hanks responded by suggesting that it was more of a culture. He implied that it was something everyone had to acclimate to or accept to some extent, indicating a systemic problem beyond the actions of just one individual.
Let's see, inappropriate behavior to the point of harassment and
in light of Tom's past behavior, it doesn't come as a complete surprise to some when a video surfaced of him referring to a little girl as a baby. This video has been circulating on the internet, leading fans to question why such behavior was tolerated, whether it was intentional or not. Many are also wondering why Tom agreed to participate in such an inappropriate situation, given his public image and responsibility as a role model.
Baby, you're such a baby.
Moreover, it has been claimed that in 2021, BBC News featured an actual headline reporting the arrest of actor Tom Hanks on 135 counts of CP possession. Fast forward to May 9th, 2023, when a Twitter user also shared a compilation of images, one of which seemed to depict a screenshot from a BBC report alleging that Tom Hanks had been arrested for CP possession. The headline read, "Tom Hanks arrested on 135 counts of child P possession." Beside it was a photograph of Hanks with his wife Rita Wilson. The purported BBC screenshot was a product of digital manipulation, and its headline was entirely fictitious. This fabricated image had been circulating across various websites and social media platforms, with its origins dating back to at least June 2021.
So there is going to have to be some sort of sit down, and for the common good of the story, the arts and sciences, and the business of show.
Reportedly following this incident, Tom Hanks relocated to Greece and was granted Greek citizenship. There were allegations that this move was accompanied by a fabricated narrative suggesting that he was shifting to Greece due to the exposure of suspicious activities. Hollywood fans have been keeping their eyes to the matter. One person wrote, "After this POS Tom Hanks was exposed as a P, he immediately used his wife's Greek citizenship to obtain citizenship in Greece in case he be indicted for his crimes." Everyone's now wondering if there's a web of power dynamics and secret societies operating behind closed doors in Hollywood. It's like something out of a blockbuster thriller movie, but this time, the drama is real. Or at least that's what they want us to believe. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.